Time now for that morning rush.
We'll kick things off with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. A lot of cloud cover over the state today. Maybe even a few spotty showers across western two-thirds of the state. Higher terrain favored for those rain chances, but nothing in the way of significant rain or significant snowfall. We have enough moisture for the clouds, not necessarily enough for the downpours or the heavy snow. This continues into tomorrow, too, with a lot of cloud cover and just a few spot showers. Crystal?
Thanks so much, Kristen. As you get ready to head out the door, we are following the day's top local stories, and we start with Fernanda Lopez.
As Mayor Richard Berry starts his last day in office, the city's next leader gets ready to step into his new role. Tim Keller will become Albuquerque's 10th mayor just after his win against Dan Lewis. Keller talked about taking responsibility for the city's issues and making fixes. He called APD one of his top priorities and didn't wait long to appoint an interim chief of police, Michael Geyer. Keller has also named some top executives, what Mayor Berry says were his top accomplishments in office, coming up in the 5 Facts.
On to new details this morning about sexual misconduct allegations against fired NBC News anchor Matt Lauer. Variety reports multiple victims accuse Lauer of wrongdoing, including exposing himself to a colleague and giving an inappropriate toy with an inappropriate note. NBC fired Lauer yesterday after receiving a detailed complaint from a female employee about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace. Just over an hour ago, Matt Lauer issued a statement about the accusations. More on what he had to say coming up in the 5 Facts.
On to news, new at 6. More sexual harassment allegations in Hollywood this time. Variety reports Warner Brothers has fired Andrew Kreisberg, the executive producer behind CW's superhero dramas Supergirl and The Flash. Earlier this month, he was suspended following sexual harassment accusations from multiple women.
Happening right now, UNM police are actively searching for a man who they believe assaulted a woman at the campus bookstore. Police say a woman was trying to buy a man food at the co-op after he asked her for money. That man allegedly touched the woman's chest and took off running towards Central. Police have never found him. If you have information, you're asked to give them a call.
This morning, we could learn more about a homicide in a northeast Albuquerque park. The police are investigating this at this time. A solid waste worker found the body at Mesa Verde Park on Marquette near Lomas in Wyoming yesterday morning. Police said the man had been shot. No other details, including the man's identity, have been released just yet.
Senators will likely be spending the day debating tax reform. This morning, a final vote in Washington, D.C. could come before the end of the week. The fate of that tax bill is not certain. All Democrats are against it, and even some members of the GOP are on the fence. Republicans can only lose 2 members and still get that legislation passed.
It is the last day of the 2017 hurricane season. For many, it could not end soon enough. A nightmare of a season that brought 17 named tropical storms, 10 of them becoming hurricanes, and for the first time ever, 3 reached Category 4 status. The reported death toll from 2017's Atlantic storms now stands at 438. The storms also cost more than $200 billion. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index at a 0. Looking at a lot of cloud cover out there, but that's not going to hurt us. Our temperatures will be in the upper 50s, light winds less than 10 miles per hour, and nothing in the way of significant rain or snow. Sarah?
This morning, a national team of chefs will be working with local students to cook up excitement in school lunches. The team, known as the Schwan Chef Collective, will be meeting with Rio Grande High School students in brainstorming sessions to develop new, nutritious school meals. APS is only the 2nd district to try this program. Chefs will be asking them what is their favorite meal and least favorite meal. Those ideas will then be developed into short recipes that could be seen as early as next school year. Crystal?
On to new details now. Environmental groups say they are planning to sue over the Mexican gray wolf recovery plan. The plan sets a goal of having roughly 320 wolves living in the wild. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service released its plan yesterday, a day before a court-ordered deadline. The groups argue the plan will hinder the recovery of the gray wolf and even lead to its extinction. Kristen.
Time now for a check on traffic. We do have a crash out there. That's on I-40 eastbound, right under the Coors overpass. We already have construction in that area that slows us down on a daily basis, so this is only going to add to that. I do recommend adding extra time to that morning commute.
Okay, burger lovers, listen up. You no longer have to leave Albuquerque to grab an award-winning green chili cheeseburger. Today, Laguna Burger is celebrating the grand opening of their 4th location. In 2016, the restaurant's green chili cheeseburger won Best in the State at the State Fair. The new location is on 12th Street, right across from the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center.
Look at this. Some daredevils are likely breathing a sigh of relief this morning after strapping on a wingsuit and leaping from your average hill, a 13,000-foot mountain in the Swiss Alps. This was all to fly right into the open door of an airplane. They missed the trick several times. Look at that. Ouch. That meant gliding back to earth and starting all over.
Oh.
But after more than 100 tries, they got it right. The plane dove after them, slowing to the same speed. They swooped inside. Plane scooped them up. You can see their celebratory move there. That's
pretty impressive.
You can imagine how much stress that was.
Yeah.
Oh my
trying to get that
goodness.
working right.
They did it. Nice.
Even when they got it right, it still had to hurt.
Yeah. All right, it's time for the 5 facts.
And we start with number 5. This morning, skiers eager to hit the slopes in Santa Fe will have to wait just a tad bit longer. Ski Santa Fe officials say they were hoping to open this coming Saturday, but even with snowmaking crews hard at work, the warm weather won. The resort is now planning a limited opening on Saturday, December 9th.
Number 4, this Saturday, 2 Albuquerque schools go head-to-head competing for a state title. It's the first time both football teams will be from the Duke City. The La Cueva Bears and the Manzano Monarchs are district rivals. Manzano's hoping to play the game on they're hoping that playing the game on their home turf at Wilson Stadium will give them the edge, something that they haven't had in over 50 years.
Nice. And number 3, looking at temperatures in the upper 50s here in Albuquerque. Most of us in the 50s and 60s today. A lot of cloud cover over the state. Spot showers possible for those in and around the higher terrain of western and northern New Mexico. Warmer tomorrow here in Albuquerque with 60s continuing through the weekend.
Number 2 now. About an hour ago, former Today Show host Matt Lauer responded to allegations of sexual misconduct in a statement. Lauer says, quote, "There are no words to express my sorrow and regret." He went on to say, "There is enough truth in these stories to make me feel embarrassed and ashamed." On Monday, a woman came forward to company execs claiming sexual harassment from Lauer that began during the Sochi Olympic Games, then continued for months after. Soon after that, a bombshell report by Variety was published detailing stories of 3 women, including one who says Lauer exposed himself to her in the workplace. Well, NBC's chairman says they had learned of the allegations against Lauer just days ago. Variety says it had been working on their investigation for months.
And number 1, in less than 24 hours, Tim Keller will be sworn in as Albuquerque's next mayor. That means today is Mayor R.J. Berry's last day on the job. Among the work that he says he's the most proud of, $1.2 billion in projects that include the Paseo I-25 interchange, the new sports complex on the west side, and Albuquerque's rapid transit system. While he acknowledges ART is controversial, Berry says he believes it's going to help revive Route 66. Berry's also leaving a city with a violent crime rate that doubled under his watch. He blames the courts for letting repeat offenders out, not an officer shortage. Once he leaves office, Berry plans to be part of an initiative at Harvard to help counsel and advise new mayors.